Alright guys, I had to do one more final tomato harvest because the hard frost came in last night. In fact, we were even supposed to get snow up here, but instead we got rain. So, this is my big tomatoes from the final harvest. I mean, look at all those. And these are my little cherries from the final harvest. Look at that. I mean, that is a bunch of tomatoes. This year has officially been the largest quantity of tomatoes I've ever grown myself, let alone growing tomatoes, beautiful Amish tomato paste tomatoes from seed. I have never grown tomatoes from seed to fruit before. Thank you, M.I. Gardener, for the amazing seeds. Alright guys, I'm going to take you out here in a little bit, walk you around the garden, show you all the dead stuff. Alright guys, we'll be back. Alright guys, I'm going to harvest all my carrots. They're probably going to be pretty small because we had that huge loss from the smoke, from the fires out west and the fires up north. But I could see them poking out, popping out, so I should get a halfway decent harvest. It'll be pretty cool. I'll bring you back when I'm all done. I'm going to tip them over, dump them out, bust them all up, and save the dirt so I can make new pots next year. We'll be back. So I ended up with a lot more carrots than I thought I would. Look at that. Ooh, that's a big basket. But they weren't as much as I initially had wanted at the beginning of the season. That is okay. And with us, it is okay that they're small and tiny. I'll have to set them up and grow them in a different way in those pots, because those pots are way too small for them. So I'll be doing it in the big black ones next year to see how those work. But we're okay with these tiny sizes, because then they're perfect little bite size, and I'll can them for stews. Alright guys, I'm going to do some more harvesting and stuff. We'll be back. Alright guys, hey. I went out and I harvested tomatoes, and I grabbed anything that has even the slightest hint of blush. The reason is hard frost is coming. We've had a couple nights of near frost, but hard frost comes next week. And I still have a bunch of baby tomatoes out there, so I pulled everything that has even the slightest, tiniest bit of blush to it, so that the tomato plants can put all of their work and growth and energy into all of those smaller tomatoes and get them up and ready to go, so that come the hard frost, I can pull the rest of the tomatoes. Now, this is a big basket of tomatoes, and this isn't even half of them, I don't think. Because I've probably got this size basket alone in cherry tomatoes. So, I ended up with a lot more tomatoes at the end of this season than I thought I would. So I'm very, very pleased. Alright guys, I'm going to go harvest more, and I'll be back. Alright guys, this is my next round of harvest. This pumpkin we brought it in and it went bad within 2 days. We just noticed it today. It's been inside for 3 days, so I need to take it out. But the rest of these pumpkins are beautiful. I got 4. This one's not quite done ripening all the way, which is okay. We'll let it finish ripening. So I want to get this one, now that I noticed it, I want to get this one out of the house. And then this itty bitty teeny tiny one. Oh, I love this one. It's so cute. So I got these 4 pumpkins. Now this one I have to get rid of, and it'll leave us with 3 pumpkins left. Now none of these pumpkins are really big enough to make anything out of. So I'm just going to take them out to the garden, or out to the front steps. Let them be Halloween pumpkins when the time comes. And then when they go bad, I'll take them back to the back garden bed and let them rot down in the back garden bed because I want to let the pumpkins just grow up, rot down, and let the seeds pop up and see if they'll grow up on their own next spring. So 1, 2, 3, 4 pumpkins. I need to get this outside. I wonder why it went bad. I wonder if it had a bug in it. Those stupid vine borers. Alright guys, I've got more to show you. I'll be back. Dude says hello. And that, you guys, is my final tomato outcome. I've got just under a bushel of cherry tomatoes. I have 3 full gallon Ziploc baggies and almost a 4th full one. And then over here, I've got 6 full Ziploc baggies of my Romas and my big boys. So all together in the end, I got just over 2 bushels of tomatoes, all frozen, all prepped, all put away, all good for all winter for when I need to make certain kinds of tomato products. Cool. Alright guys, thanks for coming along. I know it's taken me a while to get you the final outcome of my garden harvest. At first I had gotten a little depressed with the way the end of the challenge turned out. I mean, I lost so much that last week of the challenge. I would have had not quite twice as many tomatoes, but I would have definitely had another easily 1.5 bushels of tomatoes if I hadn't lost so many of them at the end. I lost so much of my other gardens, parts, and some of the stuff I tried to grow didn't turn out, so I ended up getting a little depressed about it, and I walked away from the whole thought of my garden for the end of this season. And then right before the snow fell, I went outside and rearranged a whole bunch of stuff in my yard and redid the garden beds, so next spring when you see them, they're going to be beautiful. Lots of rearrangement for my garden, lots of redoing on my garden beds. One of the things I learned with my pots that I was doing is the Back to Eden works really well, but instead of layering it the way I did, that top layer of dirt and wood chips, I'll mix them so that the moisture stays in the wood chips and stays in the dirt, just to help the little bit more growth. As you saw, my carrots were pathetically tiny. I didn't even get, in the end, 3 pounds of potatoes. I mean, really, 3 pounds of potatoes. It was very depressing for me at the end. But lessons learned, life learned, yay. So, but the one thing that was a bright spot for me was I grew almost 3 bushels of my own tomatoes from seed. I have never accomplished this, and I've never gotten this much product out of my garden as far as tomatoes go. And my daughter pointed out to me that that is something that I really should be happy and excited and replete in myself for. If you don't know what the word replete is, please look it up. It is similar to proud, but without the pride. It means that you acknowledge the accomplishments that you've achieved. So, replete. I am very replete in what I accomplished. So, cool. Alright, thanks guys for coming along. I know this took a while for me to get to the whole ending of my harvest. It was, like I said, a little hard and depressing for me. And life moves on. Next spring, it'll be something totally different, and I cannot wait to take you guys along for that. I will be doing another challenge next spring, another 100-day challenge to grow my food. I won't be recording and uploading a 100-day challenge video every day. We do upload a video every day now, but my 100-day challenge next summer will be weekly updates for you to see what the gardens look like, vlogs, all that fun stuff. So, after I get off the video with you guys here, I'm going to be taking this bag of, oh my brain, cherry tomatoes, and turning them into stewed tomatoes for us. So, come back for that one. Alright guys, thanks for coming along, and we'll see you in the next one. And remember, LOL, this is so funny for me to say, stay positive. Ha 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 ha. Especially after I just said that. I did, you know, no matter how much you stay positive, you can get sad and depressed over things. And that's what happened with me and my tomato harvest. But I'm smiling again. And I'm going on. And I'm preparing for next spring. So, alright guys. Bye.